dried sun rabbit.
So don't do that in the last minute. Okay. Right. Okay, so I'm going live in 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone. Welcome to the first ever Sun-Dried. I can't say it. I stumbled on the first one. The Sun-Dried. Okay. Right. Hello everyone. Welcome to the first ever Sun-Dried. Don't laugh over my intro. Damn you. Right. Okay, no, right. Okay, hold on. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the first ever Sun-Dried Bunnies Podcast with me, the wonderful, delightful Sol, and the irrepressible Death Violets. Yo. We are here every single week, delivering you with top of the line entertainment that you cannot get anywhere else. Isn't that right?
Is it? Sure.
Sure, yeah. Optimism, that's the key.
Just shit giggles.
Well, we provide some form of entertainment. Whether it's good or bad, we'll leave that for them to judge. Death Violets, how have you been this week?
Good. Yeah,
Good.
First week unemployed. So
yes, of course. You left your job. Incredible. Incredibly brave.
Yeah.
What did you... Oh. We got guests already. What did you do? What was your job? What was your job?
I was a custom framer at a craft store, so I made very expensive frames for very expensive artwork. But I didn't want to do that anymore. I didn't feel like they appreciated me quite the way I should have been treated. So
you're pretty good at the job then.
Yes, yeah. I did it for 2.5 years.
Oh wow, okay. Well, so you had no experience going in, I'm assuming.
I mean, just regular. I went as a cashier is when they hired me, but within less than a week they moved me to framing. Oh, so right. I had to pick it up really quick. But
I remember seeing you had lots of cuts on your fingers quite often.
Yeah, that's just because I'm accident prone. I would pick up razor blades to cut things, but then I would use them upside down on accident. So then I would just dig my fingers into the sharp part of the razor blade and stuff. So it's just me. Just me. We had a lot of safety protocols because of me.
Right. And that's why you don't think they appreciated you enough?
No. No, I had a lot of regular customers that I was able to bring in a fuck ton of money to the job. And they just right. They're just okay, cool, but we're still going to give you shit hours. Yeah. So if I was working on commission, I would have been making bank. But
right, okay, yeah.
I was not.
No, you weren't, no. Now, as you say, you're a bum.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But at least you got your fingers.
I'm a happy bum.
You got your fingers intact. You got your fingers intact, yes. No more cuts.
That's
no more cuts and bruises.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Yeah, exactly. Until you get your next job as a carpet fitter or something. Yeah. Yes, and I know that a little burnt bunny told me that it is actually your birthday tomorrow. Yeah. I believe tomorrow. Yeah. Are you doing anything special?
Just a birthday stream. We're gonna decorate a cake.
Yeah, hell yeah! I'm gonna be there. Definitely. I remember you did a birthday stream for Milo.
No, we did one for Romeo.
Oh, it's Romeo. It's Romeo.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yes, the cupcakes. Yes, I do remember the cupcakes. Yeah. Romeo. Right.
I'm sure I will do one for Milo when his birthday comes.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I'm surprised how much you guys liked it.
Birthdays for pets is weird because so I didn't see the birth of my dog, right? I don't know when exactly they were born, so we made the birthday the day we got them into how.
That's fair.
Yeah, but then we kept forgetting because it wasn't an actual birthday. I feel like there was a weird thing there where we just went, it was yesterday. It was every year we're like, oh no, she didn't give a shit.
So funny.
My dog didn't give a shit.
Right.
We still feel guilty about it.
Good time.
Yeah, very strange. But you've got 3 cats, I believe.
Yeah. We don't know Zero's birthday. He's the only cat we don't know who's his birthday. We can guess, but I think we're probably just going to celebrate on the day we adopted him.
Well, don't forget it.
It's probably.
All right.
It's
don't forget
April 15th.
Oh, nice. You're much better than I was. Actually, mine was April 5th. Mine was actually April 5th.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I remember that because it was the night after WrestleMania.
Ooh.
Yeah. So when I used to watch WrestleMania, I remember I stayed up all night for WrestleMania, and then the next day I woke up, there was this dog.
Just surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
There he is. He just shows up.
Yeah. It was quite random, to be honest with you. I was given no forewarning.
Was it a gift from your family, or did you guys find him?
It was she was okay. So my father had brokered a deal to receive her after she gave birth, so that the puppies could then be looked after, but then she'd go off. And yeah, so my father adopted her, didn't tell me about it. I thought I woke up in the wrong house. It happens. Of course it happens, yeah. But there we go. As for my week, I have... I took a long break, didn't I? And then a fairly long break. Then I came back. That's been great. That's been all right. Then I've gone through a bit of a transition with my my little aesthetic. The sun's been eclipsed for a little while. It will shine once more on June 19th. We're getting closer to Soulfest. Actually, the next time we are going to do this will be at Soulfest itself, which would be pretty cool. Live edition. Yeah. This, of course, is a pilot, ladies and gentlemen, that may be discovered one day.
It's secret. Top secret information.
Yeah, damn right. So going forward, I've got a few streams this week. I think my interest in certain games is wavering. I think Blasphemous has really opened my eyes to, and the fact that I can actually use a controller on my PC has opened my eyes to a lot more style of games than I initially wanted to come here and do. I thought I was just going to do like point-and-click adventure games and puzzle games, but actually I've got a bit of an itch in for some horror. Let's just say that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you get spooky.
Yeah. I'm now Dark Soul. See what I done there? Dark Souls. Dark Soul. Yeah. Oh, it's all been thought out. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I'm going in that direction, but and yeah, I fucking love it because I'm transitioning into something else. Have I mentioned it to you before?
You did very briefly. Yeah. You're launching it during Soulfest, right?
Well, the idea was this transition was going to be between the two streams. So you would have the kind of community stream that was quite bright, and then it would eclipse on the second stream. And then I would go forward with that. But recent events meant I had to take a small break for my mental health. And then I thought, well, to actually just keep my mind active, I thought I'd go through the transition now because it really just helped me refocus.
There you go.
But yeah, so that's great. So I think I'm going to see a little bit of a transition in terms of gaming. But you're still working on a schedule, right? Because you're not sure what you're going to be free to do.
Yeah. One of my sleep schedules is just very fucked. I just sleep all the time. Yeah, okay. So I need to get on like a normal sleep schedule. The only thing that I have consistent is like Mondays I don't stream, Sundays I do.
Right. That's very.
Hopefully.
We're ditto. I normally don't. I've only streamed one Monday, and that was for my return. But normally I do not stream Monday, and Sunday is my given. I always do Sunday. Yeah. We're very parallel in that respect. But we're opposite in sleep because you're getting a ton of sleep. I am getting fuck all.
Yeah. So I think yesterday I took 2 or 3 naps. I just love to sleep.
Unbelievable. I wish I could get those naps in. I try so hard.
It's very dangerous.
I did sleep today for 5 hours, which is my record for the week.
Oh my god. Oh god. I can't function if I don't get 9.
I honestly
9 hours.
I did that Blackadder script on today's stream, but my eyes were so heavy throughout that. It was so bad. I'm trying to read and focus as well. I really should have probably pushed it back an hour and just took a nap, but no, I'm an idiot. I have to do it. Yeah. What can I do?
Yeah.
Right. Well, this show is not all about us because every week we will be showcasing one of the fine individuals on Twitch you can see every week doing their thing, applying their trade, being awesome, and we are grateful enough to be joined by one of those individuals, one of my partners in the triumvirate. We still haven't figured out a name. What did someone call us the other day? The Trinity or something like that. I can't know. The tricycle. We're the tricycle. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. We're something. And it is, of course, the wonderful Big Potato.
Can
Hey. Hey.
well,
But she
Just
there she
I'm an
is.
idiot,
Yeah,
like a little turtle. Just like slowly poke your head out. Oh,
Welcome, Big Potato, to the
Hello,
Sun-Dried
Miguel.
Bunnies Podcast.
I love it.
You love it? Yeah, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, Big Potato, who the fuck are you?
Oh, I'm Big Potato.
Well, thanks, yeah. Great, just in case no one heard it in my question. No, that's great. No, but you are we're all relatively new to streaming, actually. I think we all roughly started around the same time. DV, I think you started in
last October.
But how regular were you between then and January?
Not very. January is when I really okay, I'm going to take this a little bit more seriously.
Right, okay. Because that's when I discovered you back in January.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I discovered you, Potato, literally a couple of days before I started streaming for the first time in the first week of February. Is that correct? Or was that end of January?
Something like
February?
that. It was either late January or early February. I can't remember.
Yeah, something around then.
I looked it up at point, but I don't remember.
And what I used to do is I was working on two projects. I was working on BioShock and Little Nightmares, and I met you, DV, through Little Nightmares.
Yeah.
I was just researching a few things, and then I discovered what Twitch was. It wasn't really about the games; it was about the people. So I kept coming back to you guys quite regularly. Now, for you, Potato, I literally you're welcome. But for you, Potato, it was a bit different. I'd already done all my kind of connections. So I was quite regular on many people's streams. It just so happened that on one night someone cancelled. I had nothing to watch. I think it was a Saturday night, I believe, because you only streamed Saturdays at that point. And I was like, okay, well, there's nothing really to do. I'm not streaming until my test stream on Thursday. What am I going to do? So I was looking around. I thought, there's no one kind of on doing the games that I'm going to be doing, like BioShock or anything, and I've kind of already got those in the bag. So I looked on the point-and-click adventure area, because it's usually where I tend to go. I like those kind of games. They're good for interactions, dialogue, and you were playing Beyond Atlantis, this obscure game from the 90s, which I remembered. I was like, oh my God, that exists. And you were playing it, and what brought you to, because that was your first stream, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
that was my very first stream.
So what brought you to Twitch and to that moment?
Well, I was kind of thinking I wanted to try it out, but what ultimately got me to it was that game, because I had played that game with my mom when I was super little. I mean, whenever it was out, I was a kid. And so I was talking about it with my mom, maybe a couple weeks, actually probably a couple months before I started streaming, because that was back in my old apartment. And I was like, oh, maybe I could try streaming it, and then you could watch me play it, because we kind of wanted to play it together, but she doesn't live anywhere near me. She lives in Vietnam, actually, so not gonna hang out together and play that. So that was the idea for the first one, and then I couldn't start streaming until I moved to this apartment, because we had a super small studio apartment, and my boyfriend works. He works the graveyard shift, so I was in the dark. And while he was sleeping in the same room.
So
wouldn't have worked to stream in that scenario.
How new to you was Twitch? I mean, were you a regular viewer of Twitch?
Just for bigger streamers. I didn't really watch anybody small.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Because I was completely new in January, and I only went to small streamers. I've never gone to a big streamer at all. I don't watch any of their stuff. Nothing. I knew it existed. I knew what people did, but I didn't really care, because I kind of wanted to have the talk with people and learn about what Twitch was. You couldn't get that from the big experiences. You're just kind of an emote passing by, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was very fortunate to not only go there and research, but then make connections with wonderful individuals. And it was kind of realize what this kind of place was. Was your intention to ever? I know your intention was to kind of just showcase your games and experience these nostalgia with your family. Did you ever think that you would continue to do it? I mean, were you like, next Saturday I'm gonna do it again, and then next Saturday I'll do it again?
Well, yeah. So after I finished, I think I did like 2 weeks or 2 streams for Beyond Atlantis. And then after that, I was like, okay, this is kind of fun. Like, I'll do another one, and like, Mom can watch. And by that point, I invited Delta too. So
Right, yeah, of course.
She was like, oh, this is cool. And then I convinced her to stream too. So
Yeah,
that's cool.
Absolutely. And I think I actually missed her first stream. I think, didn't I? Delta's first stream. I think I did. It was Prince of Persia. I think I came in on the second one. I think I came in on the second.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, I know. But I was there for your first one. I wanted to be there for hers as well, but it just didn't happen. Just didn't happen, unfortunately. But yeah. So your family still watches you regularly, right?
My mom does every once in a while. She watched me the other day, but normally she is teaching, so she can't watch on Mondays and Wednesdays or any like day during the week. So that's why I was streaming originally on Saturdays.
Saturday night, yeah.
Still a nice way to connect with your family.
Yeah.
Outside
Yeah,
just,
my
like,
mom.
phone calls.
Yeah. My mom, like, I grew up watching her play like Super Mario Brothers 3 and stuff. Like and also like I remember watching her play Myst on the computer.
Nice. Yeah, that's my jam. Good old Myst. Yeah, it's interesting. I love the idea that this platform can be a gateway. I mean, because it really has connected people from around the world, especially for you to be able to have that kind of deep connection with someone like your mother, for instance, and have a shared experience. That's fantastic to do that. I mean, yes, you've opened it up to the public, but I mean, it was your first stream. Chances were not many people were going to find you. So you can have that sort of experience and not let it be all about the consistent growth. But I was able to give you a platform. Yeah, good old me, ain't I great? All right. And would you say that since then you kind of has your focus shifted as you've got bigger? I mean, you've got affiliate. You're approaching 100 followers now. Would you say it's shifted?
Crazy. Okay, so I know if my mom watches me, like, I know she's pretty, like, she's gonna enjoy it, like, because she's my mom. But, like, other people that watch me, like, I like, just kind of assume that, like, nobody's, like, I just, like, assume that everyone's there because, like, they have nothing better to do. Like, I don't know. I guess I want people to enjoy it. So I guess I wasn't too concerned about that when it was just my mom, but...
That's true, yeah, because you have
overall, I want people to enjoy it. I want people to, like, feel comfortable and have fun, and I don't know.
Because you have an audience now. It isn't just your family. You have an audience. People actually make sure they're there for your streams and to watch you, that you are the attraction and you are there. That must feel quite fulfilling in some manner. Or is that nervous?
I'm pretty sure they just don't have anything better to do.
Oh, so defeatist in the idea.
If they didn't have anything better to do, how would they have, like, they still have plenty of other streamers to pick from, if that's your outlook. Like, there's something that people are continuously drawn back to you for over, Joe Schmo 2 clicks away.
I know that guy.
Yeah? Shit, damn. Why were you even talking then?
I'm a regular. Yeah. Yeah, but don't you find that's true? Is that it?
I do. Like, I've seen some of the same people, like, come back, and that's crazy to me.
Yeah, it's
cool to recognize a name in chat. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. We were able to kind of give you because as you say, you never watch small streamers, and that's all I watch. So once we got quite friendly and we actually joined up on the Discord, everyone kind of sort of converged there. So you were able to go out and see all these people, and now you're a regular on so many, and VIPs and mods and shit like that. I mean, it's sort of expanded. Your social network's surely expanded.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different experience watching small streamers versus big streamers for sure.
Is it a better experience?
It's just different. Like, if I am in the mood to like socialize, or like, I don't know, even if I'm not in the mood to socialize, like, I'll still watch. But definitely, like, the bigger streamers, it's more like watching TV or something.
Right, I got you.
Like, I'm gonna be like on my couch, like
much more passive.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like have it in the background, but I mean, sometimes with small streamers, I'll have that up in the background too. Like, if I'm working and I like, it's not something like I need to use my brain a lot on, or.
So you're a regular supporter of other individuals as well.
I try to.
Yeah, that's great. Do you enjoy the community side of Twitch?
I do, yeah.
It's great. There's always something going on. There's always an event going on or something to go towards. A birthday, perhaps. Yeah, or community events and stuff like that. It's great. I think it's awesome that we were able to, and we're constantly stretching out. I know one of the things you really like to do is random raids, right? Where we just find someone and raid them and make a connection with them, and then, hey, you never know, they might come back. They might check us out. We might check them out again. And we sort of done that recently, didn't we? A couple of times.
Yeah, I realized actually that that's like my goal for Twitch, is to be able to have like enough people watching me to like go raid someone that has like less people watching, because we kind of did that in Souls when we were playing Nancy Drew, and so like we took, I don't even remember how many people were watching, but we took everyone over to this person who hadn't made affiliate yet. I'm totally blanking on their name, which is awful. But
Violets. They've got like 5 different names: Dolly, Chrome. So yeah, Violets. Yeah.
But yeah, and I was like, wait, this is so cool. Like, this is my favorite part, is like raiding.
No, it really was. Yeah, I think we took about 15, 16 people over, and then obviously ourselves went over as well. And then I think we got them like 10, 11 follows or something on that stream, which was great. And then I think they were like 2 away, and then we got them that from just promoting them. And then we made a connection with them. That was great. But then we also did go and raid someone random, and they were... They were fine, but it was definitely an experience.
Right. Randoms are always interesting.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely true.
It was fun. I definitely, the last random person was, I felt really good about that. The first one was interesting.
The first one was the only other person playing the game at the time. Oh, cat, yes. We've got another cat there. Wendy.
I'll go get her. Come here, baby.
We get a privilege of meeting Wendy.
Sorry, the podcast is here. Cat podcast.
Enter cat mode. Oh, look at that. There we go. Adorable.
She's done hanging out. She your only cat?
Yeah. Oh, and she's definitely an only cat too. We brought her to a friend's house once when we went out of town. She has other cats, and like Wendy, just like she likes humans and not other cats.
That's fair.
Oh, okay. She didn't want to say. And now there's hair all over me.
Oh, the bane of all pets, hair. Yes.
But a hairless one.
There you go. Yeah. I'm sure they'll still find a way.
Well, they do leave little grease stains.
Oh, what? A grease stain? Oh, my word. Bloody hell. Yeah, so you've been streaming for about 5 months, correct? Is that right? Must be about 5 months now.
Yeah, something like that.
About 5 months. So technically, we started within the same week, actually, now I think about it. I didn't even realise that.
Yeah, it was crazy, too, because, like, you were in my stream, and I was like, oh, this guy's nice. Like, let me go see if he also streams. And then your whole page was, like, completely set up. So I was like, oh, wow, he's, like, this, like, guy who streams all the time. And then I, like, the notification popped up that you were streaming. So I was like, oh, cool, I'll check it out, because I had followed you. And then it was like, welcome to my test stream. And I was like, what? Oh, whatever. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, did you have a test stream? I just got me an Eddie. I got Eddie, my mod, just because he was my only friend, really, to go Ked. He came into, he didn't know what the hell I was doing, but he's never been on Twitch. But he came in, I was like, just I want to test some things out and see if it works. I want to just see if I can go live and all the equipment works and everything. And he's like, yeah, no problem. So I went live. Like 17 people flooded in within the first 10 minutes. I was like, what the hell is happening? All these people I'd met had just seen the notification. Go, oh, wow, he's live. Let's see what he looks like. What does he sound like? That was just intense. I couldn't believe it. So it was a great kickstart. It really was. A lot of people don't realise that I've been streaming for only 5 months. Because, I just came in with this idea of what Sol was. I do believe that idea is still wrong. Fundamentally, I do. When I got here, my whole perspective of what I was building changed. But yeah, so it looked very established because I was waiting for my PC to be built. So I had to put all my mind to work on, and I didn't realise I was networking. I didn't even know what networking was. I was just meeting good people. And that was fantastic. And actually, I think it's pertinent that you're both here because you guys were the catalyst for me realising what I wanted to do here.
Aww.
Yeah, no, it was. And it was a very simple thing. I had been streaming for about 2 weeks, I want to say. And I was raiding people that I knew was live that I'd met recently. DV, you were obviously my top person to raid because we're usually on around the same time anyway. Hey, yeah, all right. Well, you just happen to stream at the same time. I think I think you manipulate it a bit.
Yeah, like this was my plot.
Yeah.
Perfectly planned around your schedule.
Damn right. I shouldn't have posted it up early. But yeah, I raided you quite often, and I took Potato there, who quickly became one of my regulars, which is great. Raided, great. You got to meet a fantastic person, Potato. DV, you got to meet a name on a screen. Well, because
You guys are more than that.
yeah, I know, but who the hell was Big Potato? That was just a funny name, right? You didn't know who Potato was, the person, at that point. But yeah, I took it. Now, I come back to see DV about 3 or 4 days later, and Potato's already in there. Yeah. So she came back, and I thought, that's what I want to do. That moment there was like, yes, this is what I want to do. I want to take good people to good people, because good people gravitate towards one another. And when they get closer and good people come together, more good people bring it. It's just like a planet forming of pure
rabbits. They multiply.
Unbelievable. I was going on a galactic analogy there of epic proportions.
I got it.
Not only coming in with that comment, but you shot me down and nailed it on the head much better than I. Unbelievable. Fair enough, yes. Yeah, but that's what I wanted to do. And that's why I then set up the Discord within another 2 weeks. I was like, okay, now I think I've got a Discord and I know what I want to do with it. And just bring people together. Let them, it's not even vetting. When I went through all those people, I don't think I ever met someone that I was like actually got to talk to. I'm like, this person is a piece of garbage. I didn't. I didn't meet a single bad person. I've got very fortunate, and I think we can all agree that the Midnights, the Upper Loans, the you guys, the Numas, the Boot Dips, to everyone that I've discovered on Wait Nini, they're all great, and they're all fantastic people that contribute so much to the community as a whole. And I know that Potato has a soft spot for Raider Rat. Just putting her on the spot there.
I love her streams. I love her streams.
I associate Raider Rat with you now, Potato, as well. It's weird. I don't know. I just do. Yes. So right, Potato. You're now an established streamer. You've got a goal. You want to take groups of individuals to others and make their day, maybe get them to affiliate and change their life. And that's noble. That's great. You're enjoying it. You're enjoying streaming in general. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, shut up and show us something.
Okay. I brought a couple things because I wasn't sure if any of these would have a good story. I think I will start with this one.
Oh, hey. Oh, wow. Okay.
This This is my Star Wars toy.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why this is special is because I got it from Buckethead, who is a guitar player.
Oh,
and
right.
He's one of the most talented guitar players like ever. He's so cool. I've seen him live a handful of times, and every one of his concerts he brings like this. He's very odd. He brings like a large bag of toys and hands them out.
Okay.
So at this show, I was like in the front, and he handed me this toy, and also there's like this part where sometimes he'll like walk around with his guitar and like there's a little button on his guitar called a kill switch, and it basically just like turns it off and on. So he'll go around and like let people like touch it. So I got to touch it, and I was like super happy about that.
Oh, the innuendo there. I don't like that. But no, but that's great. So you got the toy. You got the toy though. That's awesome. Still in a package though, as well.
Yes, I also have another one, but not with me. And that's actually one that my mom got. So the first time I ever went to a Buckethead concert was with my mom, because I wasn't a kid. I'm pretty sure I was in middle school. No, I don't know. Either middle school or like early high school, I would say. Like I didn't have to go with my mom, but like it wasn't like I was too young or anything. But like we wanted to go together.
Yeah, you did anyway.
So I went with her. Yeah, and so Buckethead didn't give me a toy, but he actually gave her a toy. And then someone she was holding a toy. She was like, "All right, this is gonna be so awesome. Like, I'll give this to Potato, and she's gonna be so happy." And then someone just like ripped it out of her hands and stole it from her.
Oh my!
But like, yeah. And then she was like really sad, but like turns out like she thinks that Buckethead saw it, because then she put her arms out like this, and he handed her a My Little Pony.
Oh, wow! Unbelievable!
Crazy!
Brilliant! That's great. Why would someone do that?
Right, like what is that even memory? Like, oh yeah, I stole this from another fan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's a badge of honor.
And then she said once she got the My Little Pony, she immediately like grabbed it to her chest, like was like so protective of it.
I bet. Oh dear.
Like glaring at everyone, like, "Don't dare touch my Little Pony. I'm giving this to my daughter."
Ironically, it was her My Little Pony. My Little Pony. That's what she had to say in order to back people off. Yeah. It's My Little Pony. Is now. Okay. That's fantastic. Who is Buckethead?
Oh, can you see? Wendy has
Buckethead is.
Wendy has.
Oh, what's happened?
Wendy has her own Grogu.
Oh,
yes.
Its nose is dirty, but yeah, she absolutely hates it. But like I've let her know that I really like it, and so she'll like sometimes pick it up and bring it to me, and then start meowing and want like me to praise her kill.
Oh, she's just doing her best.
But she doesn't like playing with it. Like she doesn't really like it. She knows I like it, and she brings it to me.
That's so funny.
Brilliant. That's awesome.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
I just thought I could show you her with Grogu in her mouth, but it was a little bit too late. You asked who Buckethead was. He's a guitarist, and he's probably most well known because he's like a shredder. So he plays like really, really fast. But
I think you meant he was in the Ninja Turtles. That's what I thought for a second.
No, not that shredder. But he has like a really wide range of styles that he plays like. But most, like, if you Google him, you'll probably find like him shredding. He wears a KFC bucket on his head and a mask.
About this man, I've heard about him.
Have you?
I've heard of a guitarist that had a KFC bucket on his head.
What?
I'm wondering if that's him.
What? Why? Why is there a KFC bucket on his head?
Well, there's a whole story. It's been a while. I haven't listened to him in a while, but
Did his name come before the bucket, or did the bucket come after his name? So I want to know. It's just like
the name had to have come up after the bucket.
Maybe he was just called Head. And then he decided to get a bucket and thought, yeah, I'll be Bucket Head. Yeah.
He's got like a story attached to him. I don't know exactly what it is, but he was like raised by chickens.
What?
And there's something else I can't remember. That's like his thing.
I've heard about being raised by wolves, but what the hell does raised by chicken means? What, you're cooped up all the time? What you lay eggs.
Yeah.
So do you also play guitar? Because I see you have the guitars behind you. Or
Yes, I do. I haven't played in like a long time though, to be
that's
honest.
fair.
I don't play as much as I used to, even though I have. Oh, I guess I could show you this. Wait, why didn't I?
Yeah.
This
Whoa.
is probably the best thing to show you, not the toy. I made this.
Whoa! You made it?
Yeah. Yeah. Just I didn't make the neck, but I made the body and I did the electronics and stuff like that.
Awesome.
Awesome.
You can tell by the like really awful paint job that's like,
No.
kind of hard to see, but
I think though that gives it character.
there's like
Very
yeah.
true. Yeah, no,
There's all those
I
like
feel...
dents in it and stuff.
I
It
like-
doesn't play super good,
So
but
cool.
this is cool because
Yeah.
my grandpa is a woodworker, and he was friends with someone who actually made one of the guitars for Van Halen, like the
Whoa.
really famous one. Yeah.
Nice.
And so when I was in high school, we had to do like a senior project or something, and I was like, oh, maybe I can ask Grandpa like if he can teach me how to make one. So him and his friend like taught me how to make one, and it was fun. And then the people at my high school were like, oh, that's so good. Can we use yours as an example to like show other students? And I was like, hell yeah. So proud of that.
Yeah, damn right. Yeah, you should be.
I failed chemistry, but they used my final project as an example. So
That's all that matters. You go
Nice.
down in history.
Yeah, damn right.
yep.
Yeah. So, and you get to play tonight on the podcast. It's fantastic. So go away, get performing.
I actually don't have an amp.
Oh, what the hell is an
Yeah.
amp?
It's how you make the sound come out.
An instrument with no sound. That's broken.
Electric guitar. Jesus.
I got no clue. Thing else. Just stick a plug on it. Stick it in the socket. Not enough. I
You
don't-
really just said it. Close enough.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost.
Oh, almost. Okay. Okay. Well, is there anything else you'd like to show us, Potato?
Well, I have these stickers that are shiny and in the shape of stars.
Oh, are these the infamous
like-
stickers?
Yeah, I use a lot of the gold ones because I am golden. And I
Oh,
do good.
Queen.
Yeah.
You heard it
Yes.
here.
but you use them. What do you use them for, Potato?
Actually, I haven't used them in a while, but like I like to write down like my goals for like the day or the week or something, and then give myself a gold star if I make them, and it's really motivating.
I'm pleased she's so motivated. She's cutting me off before I can get in there and take the piss. No, it is motivating. I think that's great.
What's really nice is when you like are looking in like a notebook and you just see like this row of gold stars. Like maybe a silver in there, like that's cool, but it looks really
Good
nice.
as gold.
Yeah, you can look back and say that you achieved something, right? And
Even if it's just like I make the dumbest goals just to like make myself feel good.
Yeah,
Like
works.
like drink a bottle of water. Like I'll have that one on there.
I mean, if it works, it works. I think it's great, and we get to see the infamous stickers. But wait a minute, you've got other colours on there. What do you use the others for?
I haven't used these in a while, to be honest, but like I don't know, like maybe silver is like second best, and then maybe like blue, red, and green I'll like use for different things if it's not like, I don't know. It's been a while actually. I should start doing this again.
If you use silver for second best, what goals are you making that someone else comes in and gets first? I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, okay, more like, I drank like 3/4 of a bottle of water if the goal was like 1 bottle of water or something. I still need to give myself like partial credit. You know?
Okay, yeah. So no one came in and drunk
did
more than you. That was the thing.
Yeah.
Just almost. Yeah, okay. Got it. But you'll never be a bronze. You'll never stoop that low, right?
Maybe the red could use.
Oh, okay. But you've never had a red star, right?
No, I give myself red stars, yeah.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
Hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, I suppose that's true as well. That could be a motivator in a different kind of way. Yeah, I like that. That's quite good. Okay, so, Potato, you have been streaming for 5 months. And now we are going to take a look at... I can't find it. Oh, no. There's a bit of an error here because I've used the wrong browser. Oh, my word. Hold on.
What browser?
I am using Opera, but Opera is not set up to be captured via Discord. I have to use Chrome. So
Never heard of Opera.
it's something that Boot Dip showed me. It's quite good. It integrates with Twitch quite well. Okay, I'm on the page now, so I should be able to...
I used Opera before because they have like a built-in VPN that you can use.
Oh, right, okay. See, I just followed Boot Dip's advice and it worked, and then I just left it alone. I can never understand all the intricacies of what he sees in it. I just know it ran very smooth, and the Twitch panel was much easier to utilize than the actual Twitch built-in models. So if I now go... Okay, now it ain't coming up as an option. What the fuck is going on? Bollocks. Okay, now if I do that...
I think the first Death Violet stream I saw was like when Soul rated was like you had the two different like it was like a multiplayer game and like you would like shift the... Oh man, I'm doing such a bad job of explaining this. You would like shift the room and then it would like lock in place and then you'd like try to like jump up the...
Yeah,
It cut out.
DL, I think is what it was called, DIO or something like that. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a fun
That one was
game.
really cool, yeah.
Now, I don't know if it's going to stay up this time. I didn't quit out. Okay, so, yes, you've been streaming for 5 months, and in that time, you've accumulated some fantastic moments, and we're going to take a look at some of them now.
Are you gonna show the one where Delta clipped me choking on my spit because I got scared of a rock?
Oh
Wasn't it? That I already opened?
Oh.
I choked on my spit at the same time I like shrieked. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I was referencing.
You choked on your spit.
no! So cute!
Was that one of your first clips, I believe? Is that correct?
Yeah.
I remember that one. It's such a distinctive one as well. It was the first one I wrote. Well, no, it was the second one. You know what the first clip is that I immediately said that we were going to show here tonight because I was hammering on at you about doing a certain thing for some
I forgot
time.
about that.
Yeah. So let's have a look at another one though. This is, I think it was labelled a recreation. Let's see if I can find it here. A recreation of Meatloaf singing and the townspeople not enjoying it. That gives it some weird context, but it's not quite what you think. Let's have a look.
What will we do the drunken tater? What will we do the drunken tater? What will we do the drunken tater? Early in the morning.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, there's some...
What's the next part of that song?
Way, hey, and
there's
up
some
she
cannibal
rises.
Hold on.
What
Let's
will
do that
we
again,
the
so it's
drunken
HD.
tater? What will we do the drunken tater? What will we do the drunken tater? Early in the morning.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, there's some...
What's the next part of that song?
Way, hey, and
there's
up
some
she
cannibals.
rises.
Let's,
Way, hey,
let's
and up she
run
rises.
this
Oh, no! sorry, that was loud.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
boy.
here.
Oh,
They're
jeez. Oh.
Now we have to talk.
They really don't appreciate you.
Yeah. Cannibals had enough. So first of all,
I don't blame them. I
first of
really
all,
don't.
you were singing. You were a keen singer, quite clearly.
I mean,
I'm impressed you knew the rest of the song. Most people only knew that first bit.
That's
I wouldn't
true.
have been able to keep going.
I knew that part. Some people, like, I think Meatloaf was like posting lyrics too at some point.
Second thing is that why do you look like the Hamburglar in that clip?
Oh, my heartless hat. It's my heartless hat.
I know, but the
It's
stripe.
got little antenna, but they flop back, so you can't see it.
If it has been established, I'm the bad guy, she's the good guy, right? No, just the striped jumper and everything. That's the first thing that came to mind.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about the hat.
Oh, the hat is too.
Oh, I
That
was
too,
wearing a
because he does have
striped
the hat.
shirt.
He's wearing the striped. He wearing the striped shirt. Yeah, a bit like the Hamburglar. The so, to be fair, in that game you have got to forage for what you can get, right? So no judgment.
Mhm.
The third thing is the accent on which you were doing the whoa. Was that your genuine accent, or how are you known to be doing another voice quite regularly during those streams?
So the friend that I was streaming with, Fuzzbrain, like for some reason, like we always just do like Minnesota accents around each other, or like what I think is a Minnesota accent because I'm not entirely sure. So it just like came out on stream because like we always do that together.
Can we get a taste of it now, perhaps?
Oh, I mean, you'll have to give me something to say.
Oh, okay. Bugger. I didn't come prepared.
You did not come
No,
prepared.
I did not. I thought I would just get a straight impression of voice. Okay, well, the next question I ask you, could you answer in the accent? Would that be okay?
Maybe.
All right, maybe. All right.
Never
Okay.
answer.
We'll go with
Yeah.
maybe. We'll go with maybe.
Sunshine.
Sorry, autoplaying there. Okay, so let's go with this next one, which is I am a child. There it is.
What?
Yeah, you've got one called
Oh.
I am a child. Let's take a look at this.
I think I know what this is.
Boobies.
Let's make sure it's in don't wait, it's playing HD.
Boobies.
Are you able to hear that, TV?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's play again.
Quality content.
Boobies.
You even made the cat uncomfortable. This cat gave you some privacy
Yeah.
for your moment.
Yeah.
Come here, Wendy. Come here. Yeah, come here.
Yeah.
So
Come
So, boobies. Boobies.
Well, you know, they were right there. Like,
say
had to
what,
say something.
How can you
say what you see.
about?
Yeah. So, this next one, Potato Explains Raft 2.0. Let me,
That's what we do.
let me get it set up. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. That's what we do in this game. We harvest testicles.
Mhm. Sometimes there's like big running testicles, or there's like testicles that have lots of
We harvest testicles in this game.
What do you
I-
do with them?
I absolutely do not remember, like, where that came from.
You harvest testicles in that game. Can you harvest testicles in that game?
No,
No.
you can't. You definitely can't. Yeah,
Turn
I
them
don't.
into like a coin pouch or something? Like,
No,
It's just
I
no-
don't know where it came from.
I was going through them and I thought, oh, that's interesting. And I've seen your forest streams, and I think I'd remember the continued foraging of testicles. That came out of left field. Why?
I don't know.
Why would you? I'm trying to think of what reason you would have to even harvest testicles. Are they a delicacy? Are they a currency? What would you use them for?
I don't know.
What a topic to discuss. Philosophy hour.
Yeah,
What do you do with testicles?
really not sure.
What do you do with drunken testicles? Okay,
Hmm.
here's the apex. Here we go. The magnum opus.
Oh, you're not gonna play the first one?
The first one.
The first duck impression?
The first. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay. We'll have a look at that. Well,
And my Danny DeVito, come
Let's-
on,
I-
Cole.
well, we were going to highlight all of them, but I'll tell you. Okay, as we built up to this, I wanted. We'll form a little narrative. I wanted to hear Potato do a Donald Duck impression during her run of Kingdom Hearts, and over the course of 6 streams, we never really got it. But every time we got closer and closer. And the first thing she did was not Donald Duck. She agreed to do Danny DeVito. And here it is.
tomato.
It's so bad.
That was Cerberus, the guardian of the underworld. Hook should be able to handle it. No, I can't. Okay, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen.
Yep.
Just pretend it didn't happen. It's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Danny
Oh,
Patat's
man.
veto, which was pretty much just
Yeah.
a regular voice with a bit of gruff in there. But it was a good effort. Then
That is absolutely not my regular voice. How dare you?
Yeah, I might be a bit tone deaf. So finally, we did get a duck impression. It wasn't the one I was expecting. So, okay, here we go.
I'm just gonna go back inside here. Just say quack, quack. I'm just gonna go back inside here.
And that was it. That was all I got. I didn't even get.
That was top tier though.
Yeah, not even an onomatopoeic. I said just say quack in frustration. I wanted to get the impression, so I was expecting a quack, something like that, right? No, quack.
Not all of us are good at impressions.
I was expecting an attempt, but on the final day of Kingdom Hearts, after
bad.
so much practice and her boyfriend T-Man having to put up with this
He said I sounded demonic.
Oh God!
demonic duck is the clip.
Oh god.
Are you ready for this? I believe it is to date the greatest big potato clip so far.
I'll say it a few times because I'll probably mess it up. I was so close to doing it. Ah, okay.
I can't look.
Okay, let me try again.
Not gonna. I don't. That's pretty good. I don't think I could ever do that.
Oh, you guys.
I practiced like a lot.
Oh.
I was like watching YouTube tutorials. It was so bad. Oh.
I have to give you so much credit for that. You watch tutorials to even work out how to do it. I could not do it at all. I don't know how you get that kind of. What are you doing to do that in your throat?
Well, okay, so the tutorial said that you had to like trap the air in your cheek and then like let it out, but like I couldn't really do that. So I was just like trying to like push the air through like one side.
I think it's pretty good, to be honest with you. It
It's
does
not an easy sound.
no, and I've got to appreciate it. It does borderline on demonic, absolutely. If I was in some kind of like cult ritual setting where there's going to be a sacrifice, and that was the voice that came out to commence the ceremony, I wouldn't be surprised. But
Especially saying, oh boy.
yeah, exactly. No, I'm in trouble. But as Donald Duck impression, I think actually you've got to be commended. It was very good, and the build up was fantastic. To go through all those
Oh god,
weeks.
the build-up just made it so much worse. Like everyone was like, "Oh, I'm excited for this now," and I was like, "No, I didn't want this. I should have just done it on the first day, like unpracticed."
No, I'm so pleased we waited so long to hear it, because it just created this fantastic meta narrative throughout that series. That it was always there waiting, and we were gonna get it, but we had to go along with you for the journey as well. I thought that was fantastic.
Keeps people hooked.
It did. Well, it kept me hooked. I know that much. Not that I was going anywhere, but people wanted to see it. I remember the chat at the time was like, "You could do this. You could do this. You've got this." I think Mid and Numa were there as well, right? I think they raided on that stream or something like that. There was definitely quite a number there. That was pretty good. So well done.
Thank you.
We are going to take a little detour now, as every week we, as individuals of this world, have very odd and alienated views of this world. Especially me. I consider myself a hermit who's now just been cast into the wide world and cannot understand a damn thing that's going on. And Death Violets is Death Violets. The wacky world of Death Violets. So as I try to adapt to the world around us, there are a few things that I just do not understand and I am not familiar with. And one of those things is the word, and I'm going to spell it, I believe, is W-A-I-F-U?
Waifu.
Waifu.
Waifu. Yep.
See, I thought it was some kind of karate wireless connection. I thought
I
it was.
remember bringing that up in your stream because I thought it was a grand top tier joke, and you just like had no idea what I was talking about.
No idea what's going on. No. So I have to ask, if it's not an internet connection of karate proportions, what in the hell is is waifu?
It's basically like a female anime character that you would be willing to marry. Like that's your waifu. So like the cosplay stream that I did for Megamine, I picked her because she's one of the biggest like waifus and one of the most popular characters. So I was like, oh, people will know.
What?
Like just
It's specifically marriage.
that person's wife material.
Okay.
Like damn, if out of all the anime characters I'd marry you.
What is? I don't understand why people are. I can understand looking at something and thinking, oh, that's been designed to be maybe sexually appealing, you know.
Fan service, yeah.
Right, yeah. But to take it to the point where I really love this fictional person and I want to marry them, have my life with them, share my everything with them. They're not even real.
Japan. I love Japan. Don't get me wrong. But like they actually, I saw somewhere that they have a service where you can get married to an anime character while wearing a VR headset. So like you go to this place and it looks like a chapel and stuff, and you put your VR headset on and you can marry your waifu.
What?
That sounds legit, not gonna lie.
I promise, it's a thing.
Did I get consent to the marriage?
I mean, they say I do, or whatever it is they do in Japan. So someone had to record it.
I think it's I will, isn't it? I do's a myth, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it's I will. When you marry, I think you say I will, not I do. But regardless.
No, America says I do.
Oh, did I really? Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I think it's I will over here. But anyway.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. I always thought I do was just like a fictional thing, like it was used so that you can't go through the procedure without saying the correct. Like it's like when you get fictional numbers in American TV shows, they always have 555 in the middle because that's not used. But it also gives it the idea that it's still a phone number. So when you present fictional weddings, you can go through the whole procedure, but because they said I do and not I will, it makes it not finalized.
Oh,
That's what I always thought it was. I was told
that's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. But if it is
Everyone
I do,
I've been to, they say I do.
Oh, that's fair enough.
so-
I think you can even get to write your own nuptials and stuff, so maybe you can change it anyway. But I'll have to.
You probably could.
Yeah, it was
I know
definitely.
people like customize their what is it, the vows and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I think at this point you could do whatever you want for your wedding.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I think,
Yeah.
at least.
and in this case, marry a anime character. Does everyone get married to the same one, or does everyone get a distinct one?
I mean, there's certain ones that are more popular than others.
So-
But you can marry whichever one you want.
I'm so confused. Why would you want to marry a fictional character? Why can't you get a real person? I don't.
Listen, there's just some physics you can't get in real life that you can get out of an anime character.
But
I'm just saying.
marriage is a concept. You know what I mean? It's a
Right.
binding contract for two individuals.
Well, like, I don't know if
What does the anime character bring to the table?
I'm not entirely sure if. Oh, let me bite me. I don't know if waifus are like. I know it's a big American thing, but I would think it's also a big Japanese thing. But I also know like not as many people are getting into relationships in Japan. Like, don't like 100% quote me, but I know there is issues of like they're not having enough children, so like the population is slowly going down and stuff like that because people are getting so enveloped into like just novels and VR. Like they just don't quite have the motivation to go out and meet people.
Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
And so they turn to
Waifus.
drawings. It's very odd. I mean, if an artist fell in love with their own creation, they can make them do whatever they want. That's quite sinister, isn't it? In a way.
Yeah. I mean, too, even like there's characters that like are made not intentionally for that purpose, but there are artists that go out of their way to create content that fans want.
Right.
Kind of like, people with Harry Potter. There's all those Harry Potter fan fictions.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard about fan fictions. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't even say fan fiction now without it being a dirty word. That's the thing. I always had that joke about, there's only 150 Pokemon and the rest are fan fiction. But if I make that joke, people go, oh no, I've heard of Pokemon fan fiction. You don't want to talk about that, And I'm like, what are we talking about? It's like, actually, maybe I'm right about that. I don't want to talk about that. Anime is just lost on me completely. I've seen Paprika and the Castlevania series.
Okay.
I've never seen anything else. It's completely... I don't... For me, and I'm going to insult everyone by saying this, for me, they're just cartoons.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I get that opinion.
But like, they're very protective of anime. It's very odd. I mean, I saw the Pokemon series, the first one, but I never liked the art style, and that's what I think I've always associated the art style with being quite rough around the edges.
There's some shows that I won't even watch because of the animation. Like, I just can't get past it.
I am so pleased you said that because I don't feel so bad. Because like South Park, I love the humor of South Park, but I cannot watch that show.
I've never watched it.
It gives me a headache.
South Park is funny.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. I find it hilarious. And yet, the art style gives me a headache. I cannot watch it.
Oh.
It's just... But then I can watch like Matt Groening's stuff, like Simpsons and Futurama, and I'm in heaven. The lines are fantastic. They're smooth. Just colours are great. When they went HD, it was like, oh, nice. It's just a shame the quality of The Simpsons went down. That's the only problem. Where was HD back in the 90s? So do I know what waifu is now? I do. Do I wish to know? Yes, I have regrets. It's just opened up a lot more cans of worms that I'm sure we're going to explore week in and week out here. I'll come back with another word I've heard. That rhymed. Got to keep that one.
Nice.
DV, the wonderful wacky world that is your life. There's always something crazy going on.
I don't think there is.
What has been happening in your life this week?
You know what? I never sent you the video. I should have sent it to you.
Oh, there's a video.
On my very last day of work, we had this big balloon arch thing at the front door for like some kind of sales event or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And apparently nobody was available to get rid of it, so they asked me to do it, and I was like, okay, sure. I'm not busy. I'll take care of it. But for some reason, I always forget this because, like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't deal with balloons in my life very often. Like, they just don't come around very often. But I actually get very anxious with balloons.
Oh, really? Well, the sound?
Noise of them, the sound of them popping. Like, other than that, I don't care. It's when they pop that I don't like. So I had to pop like 50-something balloons in this stock.
Oh my god!
Wow!
So I was like, you know what, this is gonna be funny. So I like set up my camera, and like all it is me with a razor blade, like terrified to pop balloons and screaming. And eventually the manager had to come back and was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it."
Did you put like headphones or anything on?
No.
Oh no! 50 buggers.
The smaller ones are okay. Like, they're not quite as loud. It was like the big ones. And I also didn't realize that some of them had confetti in them.
Oh.
So I would pop them and confetti.
That's amazing.
It was very funny.
Brilliant.
It's a very silly fear of mine, but...
Correct. Yeah, so I suppose it's the anticipation of what's to come, right?
I think it's the sudden loud noise. Like, I know it's going to make a loud noise, but then it's always louder than I expect it to be.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And then two, I hate when like you touch the balloon to pop it and it doesn't.
It doesn't. Yeah.
No, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Wow. But that sounds like a field day to me. I mean, I know you approach that with fear. I'm even going to approach it two ways. I'm either just going to like lay them all out and then just jump on them, right?
Okay.
and then just throw myself about trying to pop them as quickly as possible. Like make it a challenge. Yeah. Like try to work out how I can pop all of them at once or in the quickest amount of time. What can I drop on them? You know, just
oh my god,
get the biggest guy in the room. What? You know, lob him in. I don't know. Just I'm thinking, like throw furniture over and see how much I can smash.
Oh my god! I have one of them that popped. It was like a really big green one. When it popped, it like hit my leg in such a weird way that it actually hurt. Huh. I don't understand why or how, but it actually hurt my shin.
I suppose the whiplash effect, maybe.
Maybe that's the only thing I could think of. I don't know.
Because I can imagine that stinging or like burning the skin. Yeah. I
mean, thankfully, like I had pants on, so it didn't hurt nearly as bad as like if I was wearing shorts.
There's an old wrestling routine, a comedy routine. Obviously, it's my frame of reference, so it's probably going to come up a lot. But it's quite popular in Japan. You really only see it in the Joshi wrestling, which is the female wrestling, and it's where they will get a piece of like stretchable kind of latex, and they will get someone to hold it to someone's face, and then they will pull it and they'll go into the audience with it and stretch it as far as possible, right? And then they'll let go and it will hit them in the face, right? And then you would do that once and you'd make it work, right? So they'd hit it and then you'd go, the wrestler would go down and they would grab it again and they would pull it back. Only this time the good guy will manage to get out of the hold and it will come back and hit the person in the face in the audience. So there was always that. Yes, it's a little routine they used to do. But I'm just thinking that would sting and burn, and you'd sometimes get a mark on the face. So I can imagine like popping a big balloon and the latex just whips back into your leg or something like that. I can see that happening. Yeah, it was an odd thing, but that's what came to mind when I when I thought of that.
You know, balloons wrestling.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, why not? You get balloons everywhere. Come on. Yes, so we should talk briefly about the cat stroller as well.
Oh my god!
Just for the sake of the recording.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Basically,
did you get them?
No. They're like $50.
$50.
I know it. I thought they were cheaper than that, but when I went and looked again, I was like, oh no, it's actually like $50. I really desperately want to get a cat stroller to take my cats for a walk because my cats really like going outside, and Milo, he's really good. Milo goes on walks all the time. He's leash trained, but he can't go out for very long because he's hairless and he'll get sunburnt. And I live in Florida,
right?
So after like 5 minutes, I have to bring him back in, and he'll throw a little tantrum. So I figure if I get a cat stroller, he can go out for, like a 30-minute walk or whatever, and I can just push him in the trailer.
Okay, so
the stroller.
Two things, right, okay. You're saying you're taking the cat for a walk when in fact they just sit in a stroller and you push them?
I mean, if Milo wants to get out and walk for a bit, he can. But like, I want to see if maybe Zero would be interested in going. I think it's a good way to stimulate them mentally. They're sitting in the house all day. They need to get their vitamins from the sun and stuff.
Well, Wendy don't complain, does she?
We have like this little porch area that she goes outside on, but she generally doesn't like going outside. Also, I 100% approve of the cat stroller, and I think it's a great idea and that you need one.
Thank you.
But second thing, why not just get a hat? One of those ones that has like you put it on and it has a little stalk and then it has like a multicolored little spinning thing on it.
Oh,
yeah,
it covers his head. Look at his whole backside.
Well, all right. Well, if you tilt it slightly so that it always faces the sun, maybe the shadow cast might just quite. All right, fair enough. Maybe get the stroller.
If anything, get him a cape. I think we talked about a cape.
Yeah. Turn him into a magician. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I like that.
I have little like sweaters and hoodies for him, and he used to wear those to go out.
Nice.
But he got fat.
So
he doesn't fit them anymore.
No, I think you need a stroller. Bloody hell.
Yeah, I actually was talking to my mom today. I sent her a few little videos of the cats because I joked that these are her grandkids. Like, I'm not having kids. This is it, just the cats. So I sent her a video of, for Romeo, for his exercise, I'll throw a treat and Romeo will run across the house to go get it. And then Milo, I make him do tricks and he'll get a treat that way. Well, Milo's getting fat, so she was like, if anybody needs to run, it's Milo. And she's like, here soon he'll start mopping the floor because he's a munchkin, so he's got little arms. And she's like, his belly's gonna drag on the floor. I'm like, yeah, but it'll save us money because I won't have to buy a Roomba, so we're good. It's a long-term investment.
Buy a what?
Yeah,
Buy
a Roomba. Do you know what a Roomba is?
No, what's that?
It's like it's an American thing. It's like a round robot that's like kind of looks like a thick frisbee that it drives itself around your house. It's like a vacuum. It like vacuums. Some of them mop too, but
am I living in the future?
There's mopping Roombas? Oh my
there
god.
are mopping ones. I want
That
one
is
so
amazing.
bad.
Do you own a robot?
I don't own a robot. I have a cat. Just give him a little soap on his tummy and he'll drag his little tummy around, mop the floor for me.
Did I start this podcast in 2021 and we've ended up in the Jetsons? You got a service robot? I don't understand.
Not
No, I've not heard of
Roombas
it.
can't just be an American thing.
There's no way.
I've never heard of it. Oh, I'm sure it is.
Do you know about drones?
Remember it? Drones? Oh, I know about drones. Yeah.
Okay, how is a Roomba more advanced than a drone?
Yes, but a drone isn't. The drone isn't in people's households.
It can be. We can bring it in the house. Where else do people keep it? They don't keep it outside like a dog.
But what does a drone do in servitude to someone in a house?
It can't. Well, like, what? You store it, but there's like the little tiny ones that like kids play with in the house.
Oh, but that's a toy. That's a toy. But you're talking about a robot that goes around and cleans for you.
Actually, I know some real estate agents use drones to record footage, like to sell
That makes
houses
sense.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
That does
So
make sense. Yeah. Oh, maybe I'm just still living in the past. Let's face it. I always
we'll
have.
have to figure out how to put a camera on a Roomba.
Yeah.
We'll start the new thing. What?
Roomba cam.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh dear. Right now we would then defer to a Q&A session. Hopefully one of the mods, which might be you, Potato, may then facilitate questions in the chat. Obviously we're not doing that right now because there is no chat. So we are
Do you
just...
have questions?
Aww.
I don't think he has questions.
When will it
So
end?
cute.
Probably is the question. It's gonna end. It's gonna end now. So we will be. Well, no, actually, we'll ask Potato. When are you next streaming?
Probably next Monday.
Oh, next Monday. Okay. Not here tomorrow. Not live tomorrow.
I have like a pretty busy day at work tomorrow, and I know that I'm going to be exhausted.
Well, you know
Like
where
I have so many meetings tomorrow. Why?
You know where to
Why
go.
all on one day?
you know where to go
Mhm.
when you're done at
I know
work.
exactly where to.
Yeah.
I know exactly where to
So you're on next Monday, which is fantastic. Do you know what you're playing?
Oh, probably more of that game I've been playing.
Yeah, you're playing Visage, I believe.
This one.
Yeah, a very trippy horror
It's
game.
getting hard though. It's getting hard. That game is so hard.
Where you were trying to give tea to the old lady or whatever.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Where can people find you on the web? Where would you like people to find you on the web?
On my Twitch, twitch.tv/bigpotato__0.
Nice. Anywhere else you'd like to promote?
I have an Instagram, but like
Instagram, yeah.
I'm like on it more than I actually post on it. If that makes sense.
I do the same thing.
What we will do is we will have a Nightbot link set up for whoever the guest is, so that we'll hit the socials and they'll come up. After you have a Discord.
Oh yeah, it's yours.
Yeah, no, it's ours. Don't do that.
Well, yeah.
It's just you breaking up with me right here on the podcast. So it's your podcast, prick. I'm off. Thanks a bunch. Yes, the cesspit, correct?
Mhm.
Yes, that's where you can find it. You can also find me at the cesspit. And you can find Death Violets over at the Amethyst Graveyard. Speaking of the Amethyst Graveyard, I'm probably bringing this up again when we're on a live one. But genuinely, I was at the stream, the Crash Bandicoot stream, where you were coming up with the name and we were throwing around ideas. And I looked up Purple Jewel, okay, and it said Amethyst, and I thought, brilliant, Amethyst. I came up with a great name, and I believe it was, I think mine was the Amethyst Cemetery or something like that. There
was a lot of suggestions.
Mine was the Amethyst Crypt. Amethyst Crypt.
Yep.
But I never posted it in the chat because I got a funny answer instead. And I thought, I'll post the funny one to get a laugh. It got a little laugh, I'll be honest with you. It didn't get what I wanted. But I didn't post the actual thing that I thought of. And the next day, it was Amethyst Graveyard. And I thought, no, I pretty much came up with that. And I immediately was like, DV, I swear it was me. I swear I came up with that.
I think we're just like connected mentally. Yeah, we're just on the same wavelength.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally 100% genuine. It wasn't the exact thing, but it was pretty much Amethyst. I knew we had to go that route. That's where you'll find DV, and you also find her at twitch.tv. Is it twitch.tv/? I've never realised. I've never said it out loud before.
I told someone twitch.com.
Yeah, that's what
Jeremy corrected me.
So twitch.tv/Death Violets. I'm obviously, you're here at SolTheSeeker, and yes, and we're at the Discord. You can see Death Violets later tonight. This will be on a Sunday, theoretically. So tonight you won't actually see her, but this recording is redundant. And you can see me streaming right now after the podcast has finished. Not literally. Again, I've already done it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all for joining us, and next week we'll be back with another guest. Thank you, Big Potato, for joining us tonight. Really do appreciate it. So from Death Violets. From Death Violets. This is where you say goodbye.
Bye.
Yes, farewell. And that's it from the Sun-Dried Potatoes. I keep wanting... No, potatoes. I was going to say tomatoes, and that's the potatoes. that's potato.
Those are like crispy French fries.
Fucking hell, I'll get it right. The Sun-Dried Bunnies. We'll be back again next week. And farewell. There we go. All right, let's stop that recording.